Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yikes, dude.
What's going on, everybody? It's a boy Z.
I don't do your corny dumb shit.
Alright, it's your boy Z, Sean. It's Through the Whistle podcast.
Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate your patience.
Run the intro. Alright, and we're back.
What the fuck is that, dude? God damn.
Today we have a little short one for y'all.
Kind of. We'll see.
Kind of, yeah.
We'll see where it goes. We have no plan at all.
No, today was kind of... we kind of woke up and like, so what are we doing?
I don't know, bro. What do you want to do?
But we're doing the NBA, National Basketball Association. Rest in peace, David Stern. My guy. But, so we'll get started with today is January 13th. We had a wild...
fucking natty day, baby.
Yeah, we got college football final tonight, 8 p.m. We also had a weekend of some exciting games. Chipotle just sent me a notification. Yo, sponsor us, Chipotle. Great.
I fucking wish.
I know, right? Anyway, so we have good games tonight. There's a lot of basketball games on tonight as well. But what we're mainly talking about is about what halfway through the season. What are we thinking? You know, how's it going? All-Star Weekend is right around the corner, and then we're just gonna see how most teams are doing. You got the so who would have thought?
So we're just going to throw up the standings on the screen.
Yeah.
You guys can look at those. Pause it, look at it, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, we'll just go through the top 5 on each conference. So the Bucks are number 1, Celtics number 2, Heat number 3, Raptors number 4, and 76ers number 5. And then on the Western side, it's Lakers, Nuggets, Jazz, Rockets, and Clippers. But we'll have the full standings on the screen as well. So I mean, I don't know if you want to do this another way, but we'll kind of just go through every single team. Or if you want to do it another way, it's up to you.
I don't give a shit, brother. I'm down to do whatever.
All right, well, let's start with...
I do have teams highlighted, though, that I want to expand on.
Yeah.
But.
We also have trade deadline around the corner as well.
I'm sure that'll be another...
Yeah, we'll make another episode on that. We were actually thinking of doing... Next week, we're doing NFL coaches, and then, like, their positions and stuff like that, and, the filled head coaches' jobs and stuff like that.
Coaching corral, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so...
it's a beautiful thing.
So we'll have more research done on that, and then that'll be next week.
Unless your name's Freddie Kitchens, then it's not a beautiful
He's in the
thing.
kitchen.
He's in the fucking outhouse. He's in the shitter.
Just like that one Brown fan until they won. You hear about that? Or was it Bengals? It was a Bengals fan that lived on his roof until the Bengals won a game.
Dude?
And
that just shows the fucking ridiculous. You guys are fucking stupid.
Yeah, people do some mad things.
I hate Bengals fans.
Why?
Make that known to you.
Oh, and we also have a setup that is...
Bro, big tings you get me at.
Big tings.
Currently, studio lighting.
We'll give you guys like a rough... what we're looking at. So we got a laundry basket, a flashlight, and I guess what you say, like a three level,
like little fucking portable disposable plastic shelves.
Yeah,
that you find in like a fucking dorm room, probably. Yeah, like it's bad.
And then and so we got a flashlight, laundry basket, and a
so what we're trying to say is we're gonna get a GoFundMe and then
GoFundMe in the link description below. But let us know how you guys liked last week's video. And then we also said
still nobody tweeting at us. Nobody yet has bullied me or made fun of me.
But like I said, hit us up on Twitter. Nobody.
Literally anything you fucking want to say.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be about sports. You can make fun of our appearance.
True. And how we're matching.
Yeah. And he doesn't even watch Carolina ball at all.
This hoodie you gave me.
Yeah, because it was too big for me.
Yeah. So now I own it.
Yeah, it's his now.
Yeah, I poop in it.
He wears it while he shits.
That's what I was doing before you came to my house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
So
paint an image. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into this. We're gonna go east west east.
We'll leave west for last.
All right. West. That's what everyone cares about. Let's be honest here.
Other than Giannis, get it? Let's be honest here.
right, you can leave that in. That's pretty good.
So I mean, you go ahead. And then
fucking Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks probably.
What the fuck you guys say? Honestly, if you guys watch any type of ball, which a lot of our friends do.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam and Tori. I'm mainly talking to you guys to talk some.
You guys better fucking watch this episode.
I support fuck, dude. I'll literally come get you. Tori, I'll pick you up from UC and drag you back here, tie you down, and make you watch the thing. All right, and then tweet at me. So tweet at me that you watch this before I come get you. And Cam, I'll spank you. Okay, I'll do it. I don't give a shit if your Titans are doing good. Anyway, dude, whoa.
Too loud for the mic.
Ears, bro. Ears, bro. Anyway, yeah, Bucks, they're pretty fucking nice.
35-6.
35-6, bro. 35-6.
They lost, what's his name?
Mr. Brogdon.
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon. Everyone thought, he was their sixth man and their kind of role player that kind of fit it all together from starting to bench lineup.
Yeah, not the other, 12 dudes on the team.
Yeah, and so they kind of still fucking. Giannis is what's pulling it together, but you still got your Eric Bledsoe and your.
It just meshes well, dude.
Yeah,
like
they just know what they're doing, and Mike Budenholzer's a very good coach as well.
It's to the point where they just all play so unselfishly and so oriented, and the chemistry so high now to the point where we're finally seeing what we haven't seen their ceiling, I don't think, but we've seen what they're capable of finally. And
finally, Giannis is starting to hit some threes. And so if he gets that down, if he gets that stroke, what can you do? He can bring you out to the three and then absolutely go driving on you and dunk it over all your wives. So
all your husbands and wives and your children.
You really can't stop him.
And your fucking dog. Yeah.
It's kind of it's like he's kind of like LeBron when he was young, when he was in the original Cavaliers days or the Heat days, and where he actually had a jump shot and still was super athletic. And so, he's got such long legs. It's we can go on and on about Giannis. I have a Giannis jersey. I'm just too fat to wear it. It doesn't fit me anymore.
It's tough.
I got it. I think it was his second year in the NBA. I was like, I like him. I'm going to buy a jersey. So I bought it off this fake website. It wasn't real. I'm not paying fucking $60.
Some Chinese.
Yeah.
Some NBA X jerseys.
Yeah, so I didn't pay like $80-something for a jersey, so I bought it, and it was pretty good. It fit me. Then I got fat, and now it's just in my closet.
Damn, bro, you gotta make it fit, dude.
I know.
If the Bucks make the finals, you gotta make that jersey fit.
Oh, fine.
You heard it here. It's on fucking camera.
Shit.
That'll be a whole fucking thread on Twitter.
Just every day I put it on just to see if it fits, and I take pictures.
Day 1,
still not fitting. Day 2, still not fitting. We'll get to day 25, but starting to fit.
Hey,
little snug, but starting to fit.
Snug, but I got it.
But yeah, and then we got the Celtics. Honestly, I expected more from them.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
bro. I thought it was gonna be a detrimental mess.
From why?
I thought the whole franchise was going to be in shambles because
after Kyrie left.
Yeah, no, not because he left, but because of his impact.
How he did leave.
I thought everybody's attitude was going to be in the shitter, and everyone was just going to be so unmotivated to play.
But I think what helped him is Kemba coming over and knowing that he was going to win, and knowing that he'll probably be in a playoff spot, and knowing that he'll be on a better team. I think he was motivated to actually start winning and actually start doing better, and so that's why I think he motivated everyone else. Even though he was probably the most motivated one out of them. And so that probably was just in the locker room of him being a leader and him being obviously the oldest one on that team. And he was, I think that's what helped him. I believe what you're saying of they're probably in the shitter when Kyrie left. Because how he left and how it was dealt with the media and shit like that. And how they're all young and they had so good and Kyrie came back and then they were doing shit.
Yep.
And I think Kemba coming over when he was so motivated to actually start winning after all those years in Charlotte and how they have just been mediocre at best. And so I think he was finally coming over to be like, all right, let's fucking do this. It is my time. I'm not young anymore, but I'm still not old, but I still got it. Yeah, but I still got it in me. So I think that helped them a lot. But I expected more from them. For 26-11, I expected them to at least be in the 30s, in the 30 wins. Especially with...
and it's not mid-season yet.
Right.
So we still got some time. But this is pretty much what it's going to be.
Pretty close.
Yeah. I can't see anybody moving any drastically.
No.
Maybe the Heat might take 2 spot or something. I don't know.
And that's the other thing. Like Celtics are like barely above by the Heat. I think they're tied. They're tied for second. They're both 7 games behind. And I think that's why they're a little bit like on the iffy side for me. Because like especially with Kemba, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all these rotation players that you got. It's just like I should be a little higher. But I don't know what you think about them.
I think I think mostly the inspiration and really the glue is Kemba. I think that's really what is because especially for how young they are and that you think to have the dude that you can look to, like him and Gordon Hayward are kind of like probably the guys that
you forgot Gordon Hayward.
Damn, the guys who really keep it all together. And then the other thing is why I think they're struggling is their lack of presence down low, like the lack of offensive.
Play some Taco Fall, brother. Bro, give him minutes. Don't play him in the G League. Those are kids compared to him.
He might die, bro. He's big. Bro, it's hard for that heart to pump that much blood.
Play him minutes.
Listen.
Give him play time.
Yeah, he does need to play.
Stop playing him in the G League.
At the least, bro, have him go in there and play fucking 6 minutes.
Right. Play him in the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Block or foul or something.
Right.
Shit.
Stop playing him in the G League. That's basically he's playing against 5-year-old kids. He will literally push them all around. So, but that's just my peace of mind on Taco.
But yeah,
the fans love him. The fans want to see him. So that's why.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think it's the down low presence and the offense and defensive side because they lost Horford and that was kind of like I don't know. I'm not real big on him. I really don't think he's that kind of guy. But
how he shoots.
But yeah, I think that just the whole defensive and just the whole like the body down low really is what they're kind of lacking and I think that once they either they might find it at the deadline or they might bring Taco in or they might find a piece, but I don't know. I got faith in Brad Stevens. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good coach. And I think that
it's hard when you don't have a big man.
Yeah.
Especially, you play against Giannis, you play against fucking Joel Embiid and even Ben Simmons. I mean, he's big, but he'll get in the paint.
Pretty much half the Sixers rosters over fucking 6'8".
Yeah, I mean, you play against all these big men, and it's. I mean, I know the game has turned into more 3 points and stuff like that, but you still have the games where.
I mean, even rebounding,
right.
Gonna be that.
So, and you also have that big transition game, and and big man and stuff like that. So, not having a big presence down low or even on the fast break or something like that will. Because you also you have that big man running down the lane. You'll get 3-pointers wide open and stuff like that. It's just the game of having a big man, especially a threat, is what they're missing out on. But like I said, in my opinion, I believe they should be at least in 30 wins. But maybe they pull it through after the All-Star game or something like that.
I mean, you see it every year. Those teams that go on massive runs right after All-Star break and shit. So the teams that fall apart.
Yeah,
like the Lakers last year. So we'll see.
We got third, the Heat. I mean,
bro, let me talk about the fucking Heat.
They've been balling,
bro. Let me talk about the Heat, dude.
I love Jimmy,
Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, fucking geniuses.
Yep.
Holy shit, bro. What the?
I'm a Bulls fan, so I love Jimmy Butler. Like he's got a special place in my heart. And I just like just seeing him succeed on every team he goes to is great. But seeing the Heat succeed with the kind of players they have,
especially because he's the guy,
right? He's the guy, and then you have a couple of role players around him, and who would have thought these players would be third in the Asian Conference?
If you came to talk to me before the season and you said the Heat were gonna be tied for second in the East, I would have called you a dumbass.
Yep.
And B, probably kicked you in the dumb head, right?
Don't.
What the hell?
Right.
Like, the fact that all right, let me just say that Jimmy Butler was the most perfect dude to bring in here. Mm-hmm. The way he interacts with young guys and the way that he can gas you up and motivate you and lead you to the point where, this is what you need to do to succeed.
He's just blunt.
Bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they need. They need that direct connection. They need that coach, man. They need a coach on the floor.
You don't need somebody that's just like a yes man or just being oh, you'll get better.
Man, don't worry about it. You got
like Jimmy Butler will tell you you're straight up garbage or you do this wrong or you just need to do this better because you suck or something like that. And so he's the perfect guy, and it's not like he's old. I mean, he's still kind of young. I mean, he's not super young, but
he's 30. He's right in the middle.
Right. He's got you could say he's got like previous. His resume is good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows what he's doing, and so he's not like somebody that's coming in just thinking that he's hot shit. Like this guy has a resume to back it up, and so that's why he's straight up blunt. I think Eric Spoelstra is letting him do his thing as well. With the players and getting them development, especially because most of that team is super young.
Dude, yeah. Well, I think 9 out of their 15 on the roster are 25 or younger.
Yeah.
So that's that's a lot, dude. And the rookies that start too, like the really young guys, like Bam's really young.
Yep.
He's like a second, third year guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
He's second, I think.
Second year guy.
I think so. It might be third.
Like Bam,
he's still young, super young.
So Bam starts.
Tyler Hero
starts. Kendrick Nunn starts.
Yep.
And they're all balling.
Kendrick Nunn is one of those. I think he was undrafted rookie, right? Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think he was one of the undrafted rookies, and he's balling out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Hero was selected late lottery pick. Bam, they've had him for like you said, I believe 2 years. Derek Jones Jr. I mean, everyone thought he was only a dunking guy, but he's a prominent role player on that team. Passes, shoots, draws the defense in. He's super athletic. On the fast break, it's kind of hard to stop him, especially when he starts flying.
And the thing is with them is that the wealth is distributed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a San Antonio type of thing where you see a lot of dudes scoring. I forget. I looked at stats, but it was like fucking stupid. It was like 8 players over 12 points a game or some shit like that, and like the whole roster is averaging 8 points a game. Like it's kind of it's crazy, and it's all because of that confidence that Spoelstra and Jimmy can put in those young guys and gas them up to the point where they're confident enough to play this level and play this well, and it's really cool to see because young dudes balling out. It's always fun to watch. And
I always see like, oh, will they keep this going, or is this like a hot streak they have? I hope they keep it going. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah,
because like everyone hates how the Warriors were doing it because it was like star players. Nobody is a star player on the Heat other than Jimmy Butler. Like, I can say that with full confidence. Mm-hmm. No one else is a star player. Jimmy Butler is the only guy that is the star player, and everyone else is they're just balling out. They're just dogs, and they just want to play and do good, no matter where they were drafted, undrafted, and they just want to play. Mm-hmm. And so the Heat are, like we said, third. They're tied for second there because they're both 7 games behind. They're 27-12. So
very impressive. No one should have said that they saw this coming, except for like a biased ass Heat fan.
Yeah, the Heat fan that buys their season tickets every year, even after LeBron and Wade left and Bosh. We got 4th, the Raptors. Man, the Raptors. They lose Kawhi, and they're like, "Fuck it, we didn't need him. Fuck it." 25-14. They're 9 games behind, so, I mean, I still saw them as like a top 8 team to, where they would make the playoffs. But I wouldn't have said like, oh, they would have been 4th, in front of the Sixers and the Pacers. They still got dogs on that team. You still got Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam is a dog, Fred VanVleet is amazing. Serge Ibaka just got that veteran presence. And then they still got some role play. I think OG Anunoby, I think they still have him. So he's a really good young player. And I think, again, same thing with the Heat. They just play for each other.
Yep.
And what's his name? Nick Nurse knows what he's doing. Had that, obviously, championship-winning team last year, but that was with Kawhi. And everyone was like, oh, maybe it was just Kawhi that was helping him out. But, you see it this year. He's a good coach, and he knows what he's doing. And
extremely well team management. Mm-hmm. Like, whoever's finding these dudes and putting them in these spots, like, it's crazy.
Like, if you like, I could see it, like, as if you're a GM and you're like, dude, let's draft Pascal Siakam, or, like, let's get OG Anunoby. You're like, who the fuck are these players? Like, let's get, like, Tyler Hero, or, like, some of these big players, fucking, like, on the draft board.
Fucking Van Leet.
And yeah, Fred VanVleet.
Wichita State.
Bro. Oh, my God. I love him. He's just so, like, he's so good. And he fucked up the whole playoff run last year. For everybody. He fucked up the Bucks. He fucked up everybody they played against. And so it was cool to watch. Because, like, everyone's like, bro, guard him. Who is this guy? Like, why is he so good? Stop him. And so, like, it's pretty cool to watch. And so, yeah, we said that they're 25-14. They're 9 games behind the Bucks. We'll see if they start making a run. Kyle Lowry's doing pretty good as well.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of the guy who just kind of steps into the role that's created for him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like no matter what it is, he's like, oh, you need me to score 30? I'm going to go out and try my best to fucking get 30 if that's what he needs to do. Or if he needs to distribute to a hot hand, he'll go do that. If he needs to play defense, he'll do that. He's
like, the big men are pretty good, too. You got Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol holding it down. So, and both of them have that veteran. I mean, I wouldn't say Marc Gasol's a veteran, but Serge Ibaka is definitely a veteran.
Marc Gasol's older than fucking Serge Ibaka, buddy.
Yeah.
The fuck?
You want to move on, or you got something else to say?
I ain't got nothing to say. Raptors,
right.
They don't. I mean, they're just
there.
To watch. This is a dark horse for sure. You don't know if they get hot at the right time.
It's just kind of hard in the Eastern Conference when you have the Bucks just absolutely blasting through everyone. I think most of the Bucks' losses have come through the Western Conference games. So,
probably.
But we got the number 5 76ers, 25-15. They're 9.5 games behind. So they're I would say they're pretty much tied for 4th. They're such an on and off team.
It's exactly what I was gonna say. It's very hard to get a beat.
Yeah,
hard to get a read on that team. It's really at some point you're just like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
Like
they lost. I didn't lose any. But like I'm just saying that Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris. It's just like.
Well, I mean, when you lose 2 of your top perimeter shooters, like anything's gonna be harder to space the floor and you know. Do that aspect and trading that rookie away last year, Shamet, to the Clippers.
Landry Shamet,
like he's another dude that can space the floor, and it's like you look at the roster now and you're just like, what the fuck are they? How do you shoot the ball?
You're
just gonna have your big shooting all the time.
Yeah, and Joel Embiid is not always gonna play on the 3-point line and score for you. So you know, and
neither is Horford. So it's like. What do you do in that situation? At times when I watch them play, it's like a clusterfuck. Like
they don't know. Everyone's like,
everyone's 6'10", 280, and you cannot move the ball. Like you can't move it all.
It feels like everyone's in each other's way. Yeah. You're like, bro, get the fuck out of my way. Let me do my thing. And then like the other guy's like, bro, let me shoot. Get out of my way.
And then Ben Simmons isn't gonna pull up from 3.
Right.
So like you can.
I mean, he scored 1 or 2, but like, come on, like you can't depend on that every single game.
And exactly. And to the point for defense, when you can back and give that space and you can play back more.
Right.
You can
especially because they have 2 big men with Horford and Embiid. Let's say one of them stays on the 3-point line and the other one's in the paint. You're gonna help more in the paint. Like they're not like 100% or like 80% for 3-point shooters. So you're not gonna be like, wait, guys, let's get to the 3-point line. Like they're about to destroy us. You know, you might give them one or two there, but you'll most likely guard Joel Embiid in the paint or something like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get beat by Embiid for 3 every night,
unless he's having like a hot night or something like that. But and that's what we're talking about. Like it's just a clusterfuck. Like you don't know. Definitely, no one knows what their role is, and that's what's like everyone because everyone's so big and like they're not athletic. They're kind of just big, and so
definitely some personnel shit. Watching them at the trade deadline for sure. I don't know if they're gonna be shopping Tobias Harris or what they're going to be doing, or Horford for that matter. But I definitely think
I think that Horford play hasn't worked out as well as they thought it would be.
No. I really don't understand that. And they paid him way too much.
Yeah.
He's really not that. Like he's I don't know. Yeah, so watch for them at the trade deadline to make some kind of move. I definitely think they need more like perimeter shooting type of guys to, spark that offense a little bit, space the floor, but
space the floor for Embiid and Simmons, because Simmons ain't gonna spread the floor.
Right, and he can't drive and kick either because you have 14 big ass dudes in the paint, and you can't like you just
can't see over them.
So he just kind of sits out there, on an island, and that's not his place.
And then so we got the Pacers at number 6. We'll just go to 8, and then we'll quickly talk about all the rest of the teams.
The fucking Pacers.
Pacers at 6, 24-15.
Fucking Pacers.
I haven't watched much Pacers games.
Bro, they fucking nice.
Are they?
It's like the Heat, kind of.
Okay.
So you see, it's like the Heat, but without Jimmy playing.
Okay.
So it's because Oladipo's out, which he's coming back this week.
I think it was like January 29th or something like that.
So anyway, he's coming back soon.
Yeah.
I know that. And watching them play, it's well distributed. It's everyone getting involved, a lot of wealth spread around, I just think it's really cool to see the teams now that are having success without this meta of
star players. Yeah.
Like you can see these hardworking guys like Lowry, like Jimmy, like Oladipo and have success, even though he hasn't played this year yet. But like just to see those teams do well, and it's really nice to see. And
I think everyone likes it. Not I wouldn't say an underdog story, but like everyone likes those dog players that like not they're just like they were drafted number 1 and then proved to be the good number 1 pick. Like everyone likes maybe like a 30th
like
pick,
like an
balling
Isaiah
out.
Thomas.
Yeah. Like everyone likes it.
Irrelevant kind of guy.
So,
and the Pacers are, I believe they're like 20th in rebounding, and they're top 6 in the East. So if you and I don't understand this because their bigs are real tall and lanky. Like Sabonis is long.
oh yeah.
Miles Turner's long. You know what I mean? So like if they can go find that glass and they can get more consistent in that area, they can be a lot better because you can get more shots up.
Miles Turner's also getting that 3-point shot, so he's kind of sort of spreading the floor. Sabonis can play on that post up, but also come out to the 3 and shoot a couple shots.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If they can develop into what they can be, bro, the ceiling it'll raise dramatically because of the fact of how well they play defense and how well they do what they do now. If they can just expand on that, and they can become a force.
And that's where Brogdon
down
went,
low.
right?
Yeah, and Brogdon's playing in Indiana too, and that's what's really I think is really.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a spark plug in their offense for sure, and
just like how he was for the Bucks last year, and so he's doing it same thing in Pacers, and it's working out for them. If they just get one key player or something like that, well, they're gonna get Oladipo back. So we'll see how that plays out for them. But
and they are last in the NBA in free throws attempted a game. So you're winning 26 or what? How many
24 and 15.
They're 24 and 15 in last in free throws.
And I think that what will help is Oladipo coming back with him being so athletic and pushing the paint.
Yeah, he'll get it.
So maybe we'll see if that stat changes.
And that also goes back to the fact that the touches down low in Miles Turner and Sabonis and how physical they need to be. You know what I mean? Like,
and especially with Oladipo coming back, he'll spread the floor. So hopefully Sabonis and Turner will get more open on one-on-one in the post or something like that. And
with how athletic that they are, I look if the Pacers can develop into what they can be, and Oladipo comes back and plays at a high level, I think they can battle with the Bucks because of how athletic they are and how young they are and how they can move and how they can contain and how long. Like, I just really think that they would be the best matchup.
It's all about being young, at least in the East as of right now. Everyone's just super young and athletic. So if you can match the speed of the game,
the pace, and then the keeping the legs fresh and be able to go throughout the duration of the game is definitely
it's crucial.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm very impressed with the Pacers, man. That's fun.
Then we got number 7 Nets. Kyrie's coming back soon as well.
Yeah,
for the Nets.
I feel like this year is just kind of like a developmental.
Yeah,
type of year.
In my opinion, I think they should just sit Kyrie down, and maybe play him like here and there. But I think they should just wait.
Yeah, unless they make a decent push, I really don't think that they find a need to play him.
Right.
I would mostly just use it as a developmental year to get these guys in.
Get all the younger guys in,
and try to see what they can do, and to the point where if they want to make a run next year, they can, because they'll have KD, they'll have Kyrie, they'll have fucking
keep DeAndre Jordan playing. I mean, he's like the veteran guy on that team.
To help develop the younger guys.
Yeah, and get Karis LeVert in there. Get Dinwiddie playing more playing time. Give him the ball. Give them the ball. Let them be the offense this year.
Man.
Yeah, and then let them find their kind of rhythm and their role. And then next year, fill KD and Kyrie in, and then let them figure out the role there. And then I think that will be a much better for the future. I mean, this year they might do a shitter job.
Yeah.
If they get 8th and then they get eliminated in the first round, oh well. But
you made 8th.
Right. give the younger guys playoff time. Give the younger guys more time to get their thing going. Just because if they don't get playing time next year, with Kyrie and KD coming back, and then they get subbed in like maybe the third quarter or something like that of next year, they'll be like, oh man, we haven't played or something like that. And so I think if you develop them now and get them going now, and then when KD and Kyrie comes back, I think that'd be much better for the future for them.
And that's another thing you gotta watch out for is that if they do decide to do that, and which guys are in contract years, because I think Dinwiddie's coming up on a contract.
So, I think you give him a contract.
Yeah, but if he balls out and he wants to leave,
that's
he can.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's another thing you got to be careful about if they decide to do that. They will probably play Kyrie, and they probably will just see where it goes. But
I just think with how he's been such a, I'm gonna say, pussy as of recently.
I mean, he's just been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he's just been
this year and last year. I don't think. And the thing is that I think they forced him, because especially in Boston, they had this expectation and shit. Yeah. And he kind of forced himself back in the lineup. And when you do that too early,
because the fans in Boston are fucking.
toxic.
Yes, very. And so like if he says one bad thing to the media or or a rumor comes out,
if he doesn't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, like and we talked about this. I think it was in the last episode about how we hate about the media and like how it just like pushes everyone to talk. Like if somebody doesn't want to talk after the game, bro, like they shouldn't be forced to talk.
Yeah.
And so like I think just you're not in the right mindset even if you lose or if you're just not in a good mood.
Or if you're hurt and frustrated.
Right, and you just want it like
and by no means are we making an excuse for Kyrie. He's a little asshole and that's for sure. But like it's
but like all these people want to get back on the court and field. Like nobody just wants to sit on the bench and make money.
Right.
Like all these people work their asses off since they were kids. All these people most of them grew up in a shitty neighborhood or a shitty life and they want to do better. And like these people want to get back on court or the field. And so to talk to them or like to make rumors or assumptions about them, as much as how hard-skinned you are or like how you don't let things affect you, like it just fucking sucks to hear somebody say, oh, he doesn't want to get back on the court, he doesn't want to help he doesn't want to help the squad or something like that. That shit frustrates you to the max. And no matter who you are, no matter how strong you are against the media, that shit annoys the fuck out of anybody. And so I think that like the Boston media is so toxic, especially with how they're a winning community. Yeah. So like with football team, hockey, basketball, baseball, like they're a winning city. And so with him not playing or like with him either making excuses, people were saying, it's just like it takes a toll on him, and that's why he was probably so fed up with it. And so I mean like nobody like we were saying last week, nobody wants to talk to the media if they were upset, lost. Or in general, if they just don't want to talk, then don't talk, And so, like...
Right, there's fucking 12 other people you can talk to on the
right,
roster.
So...
Like, I don't know. But yeah, the main thing is, like, we'll see what Kyrie does when he's healthy. I'd say prioritize his health, get him ready for next year, go for it from there.
Because, I mean, he almost had surgery on his shoulder, and that goes back to Fultz, having surgery on his shoulder, and then, shooting like this now, and so, like, it's fucking... It's a big issue, so... But... We'll move on. If you want to go watch the last episode about our media talk, we had a longer talk about that. And then we got 8 Magic.
I haven't watched any Magic game.
Neither have I. But
they're just not on TV for sure.
No, but Fultz. I've seen Fultz.
Oh, I've seen Fultz on House of Highlights.
Yeah. Fultz on. I've seen Fultz on Instagram and stuff like that. He's balling out. He's revived his career over there.
Yeah.
I still think he's got that janky looking shot, but he's making it work.
Fuck if it's productive. Good.
Right, and then Mo Bamba is still on that team. Aaron Gordon is still on that team.
I did hear that they are going to start shopping Aaron Gordon.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, we'll see if he moves or if they want to incorporate him into the future. Or Vooch, for that matter. See if they want to move him or not. I don't know what
I think they gave him a big contract, though, didn't they? Last year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their plan is, really. I've never really paid attention to the Magic, just simply because of the lack of media presence that they have.
Yeah.
And we're in Ohio, so it's like, what the...
yeah, we won't get much Orlando news from up here, so... And then we got we'll go through these real quick. The Hornets at 9, 15, and 27. What's that guy's name on the Hornets who's balling out? Fuck. Can't think of his name. Oh, man. But there's one guy. He's a rookie on that team. He's balling out. I mean, we all knew Hornets were not going to do good after losing Kemba. He was the one that was getting them like 25, 30 wins every year. So, the Hornets are kind of just mediocre. We'll see if they make a late push, especially with their into their young guys.
Mike, bro, make a move, dude.
Right.
What the fuck are you doing?
Pay somebody.
What kind of fucking franchise is that? Goddamn.
Nobody, I mean, it's like you would think everybody would want to go play for Michael Jordan. But at the same time, everyone's
and Charlotte's not even a bad geographic location.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not.
And you would think everyone's like, oh shit, Michael Jordan, I'm about to go, learn from the greatest of all time. But nobody's just like, nobody wants to go over there. We got 10, the Bulls. Like I said, this is my favorite team. Kind of a shitter year again and again and again and again. So, but we won't talk too much into them. Again, they're so young, but we just...
it's the whole East, man. It's literally the whole East is
so young, but we just...
Everybody in the East is our age.
Yeah, they can't...
The whole conference is our age.
They just can't put it together. We also got 11, the Pistons, at 14 and 26.
That's another one.
They're shopping
You guys need to fucking do something.
Yeah.
That is insane to me. How you've managed to go this long without any type of success.
Right. You get Blake Griffin. Everyone thinks that was the move.
You get Dwayne Casey. You're like, oh, shit, we're about to be nice. And you don't get any other pieces. And,
right.
And it's just shitty, bro. You need to rethink of how you want to run that team.
The 12 Wizards, 13 and 26. They're kind of like eh. Bradley Beal's balling out. I think he's like top 5 in scoring this year, which we all knew he was going to do because John Wall is not there. We got 13, the Cavaliers, 12 and 27. They have a bunch of thugs.
Bro. Yeah, they have a bunch of
slugs. Sorry, slugs. Sorry, guys. I meant slugs. Bro, again, the media, bro. Oh my god, bro. I hate the media. They took that complete like line so out of proportion.
Yeah.
It is unreal. Like, you take one rumor or like one line, and then like it just blows up, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but Cavs do have a lot of potential. I've seen. Yeah. I've watched some Cavs games, and they
we'll see if they try and shop Love. There was rumors about
Yeah.
them trying to shop Love earlier in the season, but trade deadline's around the corner.
It's kind of like a win-win situation in a way, because like if you keep him, you have that veteran guy
Right.
who's good with the young dudes and can continue to coach them up a bit, especially with the successes that their young guys are having.
Yeah.
Like Colin Sexton is a dog. Their rookies this year are nice, so it's like, do you keep them? Do you shop them? You can shop them and get more talent and picks, or you can keep them and keep that veteran, presence. And to some degree, they have that in Tristan Thompson. But I feel like just having those guys around to help build that is nice, especially because you don't have any contract to deal with right now.
Yeah.
So it's okay if you pay these
Love
guys.
is probably the only one that you'll have to deal with.
Well, Tristan Thompson's fucking getting overpaid.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean, in general though, like.
But you don't have like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't have the Dwayne Wade contract. Yeah. You don't have like a Derrick Rose contract.
You don't have to balance
yeah.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like now is a good time to just let them go and let the information go, and especially from guys that have had success that have been consistent throughout a long time. Especially Love coming in, and he was like the best big in the league for 3 years, and then he came to Cleveland, and I don't know what the fuck happened. So
it's that LeBron.
He lost a bunch of weight. That's what happened.
Yeah. Then we got second to last, the Knicks, 11-29.
I don't want to talk about the Knicks. Fuck the Knicks.
Sell the fucking team, Dolan.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Sell the fucking team.
You're a shit show.
Get somebody else in there. Nobody wants to watch Knicks teams. Nobody wants to go to the Knicks.
You're about to get the Nets about to steal all your market.
Yeah, nobody wants to be with you.
No one likes your colors. No one likes the brand no more.
Nobody likes you. Yeah. Fucking sell the goddamn team.
There's not about success no more.
Somebody clip that and send it to him. All right, we got 15, the Hawks. I feel bad for the Hawks. I feel bad for Trey. Tricky Trey.
I don't feel bad. Run the team better.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, especially in Atlanta, like
they got a big market there. Everyone wants to see them succeed.
Yeah, it's fucking
the ATL.
You guys I'd say just be patient. It's gonna take a minute. It's fine. I think they'll be fine. I'm not concerned about that, especially in the East. They're young too, so.
And see, the thing is, like, they're 8-32, and they're all the way at the end. Let's say they get 10 more wins, right? Let's say if we were just froze the NBA right now, and let's add 10 more wins to them. 10 more wins would literally put them at 8. So like the Eastern Conference is kind of, I wouldn't say easy.
Well, it's not even easy. It's just the bottom half, really.
Yeah. And so like if you were to get like, if you can streak together maybe like 7 games or 5 games, you're easily back in like the talks of like 9 and 8 or 7 into the playoffs. And so like that's it for the East. It's kind of easier to do that.
And like we said, the All-Star break, like the runs after All-Star break is
crazy,
so we'll see.
And then you'll see it once we get to the Western Conference. You'll see how like the Eastern is so much easier to get back up into 9 and 8 spots to reach the playoffs. And like I said, Hawks can definitely do it. They got a lot of young guys. They just need to string a couple wins together, and then they'll be easily back up into the 9 and 8 spots. And then they'll try and make a push. And then we'll switch over to the Western Conference real quick.
Bro, I think it's about to be a regular episode.
Yeah. We got number 1, obviously the Lakers, 32-7.
I feel like that's a team that we really don't have to talk about.
Right.
Simply because of the fact that you know everything. Like if
you have some sort of ESPN notifications
and you like basketball at all,
Bleacher notifications, like
you know who's on their team. You know about all that shit that they do.
If you have Instagram,
all the highlights. You know about all that shit.
So we'll kind of skip over them.
Yeah, the Lakers are the Lakers. You should already know. I'm sure, but yeah.
So, Nuggets is at number 2.
Yep.
27-12.
Nuggets are a nice. Yeah, that's a nice team.
Nuggets have always been a good team. Not always. Sorry. Last year, they were a good team. This year, they're still a good team. The coach, I can't think of his name.
Dude with the glasses.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mike Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a super good coach. He's got really good young players around him. That whole team, like, Jokic is probably the old. I wouldn't say oldest one, but he's been in the league for what, 2-3 years now. So
they're all. It's all again. It's in that little area
of where they all play together. They have Jamal Murray,
very wealth distributed type of team,
and they all could one day go out and score 20 or 25 and lead the team to victory.
And their bench guys like Will Barton.
Their role players are really good. Yeah, and they could easily be like starters. Easily be starters on other teams. And even Michael Porter Jr. I mean, in my opinion, I always talk about this, bro. What a fucking draft pick. Nobody wanted to draft him. Everyone thought, oh, back surgery is about to be broke back. And he came back. They gave him time. He came back. He's balling out for them.
He's played like 3 games, and he's hurt again.
But he's averaging like, I think, 18 points. So he's good. Watch out for him. MPJ. I like him. I watched him through high school.
Bro, you gotta play before you're good, and he hasn't played anything yet.
He's played. Don't listen to him.
He's played 2 games.
The Jazz, bro. The Jazz.
Underwhelming is what I think about.
The fuck? They just went on like a 10-1 win streak. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games.
Yeah, but I feel like they should be fucking like top 3, bro. I think they should be like fighting for the 1 spot almost.
You think so?
With how good the chemistry is there, and how like hot Donovan Mitchell is, and how like of a force he is, and you bring in Mike Conley to add more spacing and more perimeter shooting and defense, and to incorporate the other dudes in there. Gobert's a force.
I mean, but we all know. Okay, so they
just traded for Clarkson. That was the best move that they've made, probably.
Who?
Oh, I would put the Clarkson trade over the Mike Conley.
Oh yeah.
Over the Mike Conley.
They got Clarkson and Dante Exum. Both those players are like such good like bench players.
It's like the same dude.
Yeah. And again, they're tied for second. They're 5 games behind. They're literally exact same record. So they're tied for second. And the Jazz, not too long ago, they were like 7th or 6th. Yeah. And then they went on this crazy run ever since they got Clarkson and Exum. Mm-hmm. And they went on like a 10-game winning streak. Yeah. And now they're back up in the second spot, tied for second.
The Jazz were my dark horse for the finals this year. Mm-hmm. And it was like... I don't know, man. I just feel like they should win. They should be up like 30 with the fucking Lakers. Okay. Like. Just because of how they play and how like it's distributed and everyone plays for each other. And I just think that's it, bro. Like,
it's hard in the West though. We all know how hard it is.
I know it's hard in the West, but like,
especially you have Donovan Mitchell. He's young and he's athletic, but he's a star. But would you really like be like, okay, he's like. I mean, you could say
that's what I'm saying. He's not going to be like the hard carry.
Right. Yeah. And so that's why you have Joe Ingles around him and Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors, and they have a good mix of young and a good mix of old. Yeah. I wouldn't like not old, but like good mix of like young, not new players. Like they've been in the league for a little bit, know what they're doing, and especially with their coach and how good he's been coaching for the past 3 years or so. Mm. And so I think they have a good mix of both. And they got really good role players and bench players. And then we'll go...
and that's very key to making them playoff runs is having...
Especially in the West when you have Lakers.
Or all the deep teams. And like the Clippers are deep as fuck too. Right. So it's like...
Clippers are deep. Fucking... what's the other team? Lakers... I mean, Lakers are deep. We all know how deep they are. But there's a lot of teams on here that are deep as well. The Spurs... they just got older talent, but we'll get to them in a second. The 4th, Rockets, 26-12.
The exact same team as last year.
Yep.
The exact same team as the last 4 years.
Are you high on Russell Westbrook?
Depending on what you mean. Him as a player?
Yes.
Hell yeah. He's a fucking dog. He's what every athlete probably needs to be.
Him as a player, yes.
Yeah.
Him as a team player?
Yeah.
But him on
him on the Rockets, I'm not high on.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah, they just don't match. Like they don't mesh.
I didn't think so.
They don't. Their assist totals are the exact same. Their shots are the exact same. James Harden takes the exact same shots a game. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
and I mean, I guess you could say
the only thing that changes is that they play faster.
And I guess
everything just happens faster.
Yeah, and I guess you could say, they're still winning. I mean, yeah, they're winning, but how long can you actually keep this up?
Are you gonna go anywhere?
Right, and like, what if you're in the playoffs and like
it's game 2, and game 2s are very important because if you lose both the first 2 games, you're kind of it's kind of hard to come back. So let's say you're in game 2 and James Harden drops a shitter, like who else are you gonna go through? And so,
or you're in game 2 and Russell Westbrook turns the ball over 18 times.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to, with their setup and how they do things, it's kind of hard for them to do anything, honestly. The regular season, you might say, they're 26-12, and they're only 5.5 games behind second place, so they can honestly be like 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's hard once you get to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, to even beat like the 6th ranked team or the 7th or the 8th with how they play and how their style is. We all seen it 2 years ago when the Rockets against the Warriors. Rockets threw an absolute shitter in the second half. Couldn't make a shot, and then the Warriors won that because of that.
Yeah, it's just a strategy.
It's the same.
You see it in college ball all the time too.
It's the same strategy they come with every year, and unless they change it, or unless they get some other shooters like James Harden,
I think they just mainly need to get a switch up of the game plan.
About the game plan,
they definitely need a different game plan because they've had the same thing since he got there to Houston.
Well, okay. Let's say you do get a new game plan. How are you going to incorporate James Harden into it? Would you make him the perimeter? Okay, so would you make him the primary ball handler? Or
yeah, I would get rid of Russell Westbrook. There's no room. Just the chemistry does not match up.
Yeah,
the things just don't they're good buddies and shit, but like they don't play together.
Right,
their play styles do not match up at all.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like Russell Westbrook is too accommodated to being that guy. You know what I mean? Like KD and him, that worked. Mm-hmm. Like that was different.
Yeah,
because KD's more of a team kind of guy, and James Harden. So when you got 2 guys that are accommodated to being the guy, Russ and Harden, it won't mesh.
And Harden is I think top 3 in the scoring leaders, but again, that's because that's how their offense is ran and how their team is played.
Been, yeah.
So, and what we were saying is when they get into the playoffs, will they keep this up? And will Harden keep scoring 30, 40, 50?
Or will they have enough? Will Russ provide enough push to get them through the games where he's not scoring, or you know what I mean? It's just.
Or if they just switch it up to where they bench Russell Westbrook and they play Harden, and then when Harden gets out,
they won't
Russ
do that.
Yeah, because Russ won't let him do that.
They won't do that.
Yeah,
that's what I would. That's what I said. I remember talking to you about this.
Yeah, because
and I was like, bro, if Russ is a 6-man, bro,
have that rotation, because Russ will dominate.
Literally run the same offense. But you got 2 guys that can do it.
Yep.
So instead of James Harden playing all 40 minutes, get him a rest and have the same kind of shit going on. Maybe not as good as a shooter, but it definitely as good or not better than a ball handler. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And especially because they both look. When James Harden played point guard and Russ was in OKC, they both averaged top 2 in assists.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to the point where they can both get their team involved, and if you do that at a point where you can get one and the other incorporated in the same game.
And also another thing, switching up the pace. When Harden's on the floor, it's slow, slow.
Last year,
everyone watches the ball with James Harden.
Last year, they were 25th or 24th in pace per game. This year, they're 3rd.
Yeah, and that's because of Russell Westbrook.
If you have that overdrive switch at the drop of a hat.
And also, when you get this is why we think Russell should be benched. When Harden gets off the floor, you put Russell in. Switches up the pace, you get a lot more faster pace, and you also can dominate the other bench's team. When the other bench comes in, when the team's bench comes in, you're going to have that primary defender on Russell Westbrook, and then you leave, because...
Especially with how deep they are.
Yeah.
With Eric Gordon being a 6-man of the year candidate every year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they have some shooters around that whole team in general, because that's how their style is. They're just shooters. And so if you get Harden off the floor, let him rest for a while. You get Russell Westbrook in, fresh legs,
drive and kick, or even getting the foul shots.
Right?
What are they both top 2 in the league?
Mm-hmm. And free throws, free throw taken. Yeah, and so if you get Russell Westbrook, save him on the bench, get him fresh legs in, change up the pace in completely different fashion. Super fast. Russell Westbrook is drive down the paint, try and hit you with a layup, try and hit you with a jump mid range. Try and dunk on you, and then even distribute, because they're both leading in assists. Mm-hmm. It is a different game, but we don't think.
And when you have the bench role of Russell Westbrook, you get your rebounding push too. Yeah. Because when Clint comes out, you're lacking that huge presence in there to go get them boards.
And Russell Westbrook plays
He's aggressive enough to the point where he can boost or pick up your rebound numbers when the starter's not on the floor.
So
But, yeah, you can clip that, send that to Houston.
Yeah,
if you,
send that
if you
shit.
want to do that.
Oh.
You're welcome.
But-
if you see that at playoff time, you know to talk to.
it's through the whistle, boys. But no, we truly don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't know. It's just the whole pride shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And they really think they can do it with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
and Harden.
they've thought they could do it for the
Yeah.
past 6 years. But,
So.
we'll see.
But we'll skip to number 5, the Clippers, 27-13, and they're only 5.5 games behind the first spot. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those two. Those four can always change throughout the whole season on the Western
They
Conference
can
side.
change in a night.
Yeah, so, if one team loses, the other one wins and stuff like that. So that always changes. So those 4 spots are, the main spots are always interchangeable. But we got Clippers at number 5. I'm very disappointed in the Clippers at 27-13. I think they're very underwhelming. When you have such a good loaded team, and with Doc Rivers is such a great coach, you got Patrick Beverly, you got Shamet, you got Kawhi, Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, what's his name? Lou Williams. You got such a deep bench, and
the thing is what they're doing. They're playing for playoffs.
Yeah,
They know they're gonna get there
with load management and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, what Doc Rivers is doing is to the point where you don't know how they will play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen the whole team play.
Mm-hmm.
You will have a night where Paul George plays, but Kawhi and Lou are sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll have a night where Kawhi's sitting and Paul George and
You don't have
Lou
the
Will's
full
playing.
lineup.
Yeah, so you don't have enough
Intel.
Yeah, and people will say oh, F with their chemistry. They practice every day, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no chemistry falling off. They know what they have, and
the only thing they're missing is real gameplay time.
Yeah,
Like-
but the thing is with people they're interchanging, they've all had enough experience to the point where
The only 2 people they've added is Kawhi and PG.
Yeah,
Those 2 are the only 2 new people. So
they've been superstars.
Yeah,
for
they're
years.
superstars, so that they'll catch on pretty quickly. But you have the role players that have been together since last year, so they kind of know the system. And the only 2 people they have added is Kawhi and PG.
Mm-hmm.
So in what you're saying, I get what you're saying to where they have the like we said, the only thing they're missing is real gameplay time. And they've had games where Kawhi and PG both play, so it's not like they haven't had that yet this season.
Yeah.
And they both ball out. They both get 25 plus points prospectively, and they both get really good assist numbers. They move the ball really nicely. And I see what you're saying now, where Doc Rivers is holding them over for the playoffs.
I mean, Doc's he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while. He's had championship teams. He's had shitter teams, so it's not like he's
had teams with Chris Paul on. That's
so it's not like he's always been at the top and only knows what to do at the top. So he's been at the low and he's been at the high.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing. I don't think anybody can really doubt Doc Rivers.
No, I mean,
so
yeah. So if anybody's worried about the Clippers or you think they're not as good, just keep that in mind with the fact that they have not really shown us their ceiling, and we don't know if there even is one. So watch for that in playoff time, or if they decide to
or even at the last fourth quarter of the season.
If they decide to incorporate that in the second half, or we'll see. But that's my theory. I think that is why they're doing that. But
yeah. And then they like you said, they might even in the third quarter of the season they might put everyone together and actually start playing just so they can get that rhythm rolling into the playoffs.
Or to escalate to a higher seed.
Yeah.
To get their seating right, especially with how easy it is to move up and down.
Right, especially when we said the 4 spots there, you can easily move into the second spot in a week or so.
And with how, keep in mind, bro, the Lakers, both their superstars have had issues in the past.
Are very vulnerable.
With after All-Star break activity.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis gets hurt a lot after All-Star break. LeBron had issues last year.
He was just hurt with a back injury.
He was just hurt with a back injury.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out and see if these Clippers can make a run for the 1.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. We'll see.
And that could be a big pivotal role because let's say if we were to stick with this, move Clippers to the 1, they would be playing the Grizzlies. I mean, no disrespect to Grizzlies fans.
You have a nice few days of rest.
Yeah. So, but. We'll go to number 6. We got the Mavericks at 24-15. This is another case of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into Luka. We're not. Doing
I
literally hate Instagram,
the media.
ESPN, and Bleacher Report. It's every time. Luka, I could be getting the most ridiculous Luka stats. Luka is the most player that turns the ball over in 0.8 seconds at the beginning of the game. I'm like, bro, why is that a stat? It's literally Luka this, Luka that, Luka this, Luka that. Luka took a shit. Luka took a pass. Luka took a poop. Luka peed.
Luka walked through 6 doors to get in the stadium.
Yeah, it's like Luka just opened the door viciously as he came into the locker room. I'm like, or Luka rips his jersey. He's got beast in him. Like, what are we, 5 years old making these captions?
Right, it's like the kids at recess who, like, the kid who really runs fast. That's like them. That's what Luka is. Luka's the kid who runs the fastest at recess.
Yeah.
So it's like the point where you like, oh shit, what's he doing? Yo, what's he eating? Oh, so it's fruit snacks, dude. Oh shit, Luka's eating fruit snacks. Like,
it's constant, bro.
Like it's fucking.
It's like, again, this is like it's another case.
And it's nothing against Luka.
We like Luka.
Luka's fucking sick.
And we don't hate Lamar Jackson. We don't hate Luka. We hate the media on how they portray them. How it's like literally all about them. So it could be like a good game between them and the Jazz, and like Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and Joe Ingles are balling out.
Yeah, or Porzingis is 30 points.
Yeah, and then you don't hear about Porzingis.
You'll hear about Luka's triple-double.
Yeah, you'll hear about Luka's like just barely triple-double. And a triple-double is a nice triple, like, no, if anybody gets a triple-double, you're a good player. You're like, that's not what we're discrediting. We're discrediting how the media portrays him and how they put him at the forefront of everything, no matter what his teammates do, no matter what the other team does. It's constant Luka coverage.
Or the other team.
Yeah.
The other team does.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, like there could be them playing against the Jazz, and like Donovan Mitchell, Ingles, and Gobert all do great, and they both get like double-double or something like that. And Luka will still be the talked about person about how he dropped 30 points, 10 assists, and like 10 rebounds, but they lost. But they would still talk about Luka more than they did the winning team and shit like that. So, I mean, the Mavericks are great and all if they get healthy, like real healthy.
Yeah, if they get healthy, and then we'll see at the trade deadline if they add any kind of depth, because I think that's gonna be their kind of downfall is the lack of production while Luka and Porzingis are not on the court. And the thing is with those young guys, if you play them throughout the whole year, 40 minutes a game, you get playoff time, and it won't be the same.
Yeah.
You just won't have the same kind of output. Or even worse, you'll get hurt.
Right.
And then you're kind of up shit's creek.
And so I mean, Mavericks are great. They just need to fill up their role positions a couple more. And they need to get fully healthy. Like, we still see Porzingis injured here and there, and like him not playing or taking loads management and stuff like that. And so they could be a great team. Let's chill down on the Luka coverage real quick, ESPN.
And keep in mind that Porzingis came back early off his ACL.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, if he's not healthy now, and you're like kind of pissed off about that, like, just keep that in mind that he rushed back. Again, it's the rushing back because of the expectations that the team has. Mm-hmm. You know, he comes into Dallas like, oh, they got Unicorn, they got Luka, they're gonna be good as fuck. Mm-hmm. No, they got Porzingis. Oh shit, playoff run.
Right.
And then he gets back there and he's like, oh fuck, I gotta play, bro.
Right.
Let's hurry this up. Yeah. Let's hurry this knee up.
And they speed up rehab and recovery and stuff like that.
And then you get to play earlier, and then you fuck up your shit again.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time.
And so that's why they're taking a lot of load management on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he plays one game, the important games, and then he sits down like the non-important games. I think all games are fucking important. I hate that classification of non-important games, but that's a whole nother topic of load management, and I hate that shit. But it's the coverage again of the media rushing players back from injury because they want to see them win and they want to see the players play. Mm-hmm. But if a player is injured, a player is injured. Like,
and the player will take like the sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I'm installing all this hope into these millions of people that support me. Mm-hmm. I can't let them down.
Right.
Instead of my shit's fucked up, I need to fix myself.
Yeah. And then so I can come back and be an even better player than I was before I got injured. But we got 7, the Thunder at 22-17.
Talk about the Thunder? Bro, the Thunder. Yo, you want to talk about a future?
Yeah. They got a future.
Fuck Yale and Harvard. Look at OKC, baby. Yeah. What the fuck?
They've got a really good future. Nobody thought they'd be doing good after they lost PG and Westbrook.
Bro.
And getting Chris Paul. They're going
You got fucking 2-3 dudes under 23. and two of them are averaging 20 points a game.
Yep.
And you got Chris Paul, probably, if not the best coach on the court in the league, other than maybe LeBron. Chris Paul will definitely coach after he's done playing. Yeah, I think that for a fact. And you have that going on with your young guys.
Billy Donovan also a coach that has experience in the playoffs and teams.
And you have, I don't even know how many picks in the next fucking 5 years.
Yeah. They've got a lot.
And you got Steven Adams, who's another very good mentor and a dude who's had very consistent success in the league for a long time. And you have that veteran presence, man, and you have these picks, and you're gonna build something crazy, especially with that curb appeal coming into free agency, and them assets coming into the trade deadline.
Yeah,
because you can shop big guys for picks nowadays. Everybody wants these rookies that go, because you see you'll see Luka, you'll see these dudes that come in, they ball out, and you're like, oh shit, let me get one of them. So you're like, give me all the picks. Find one of them. Hey, you want Jimmy Butler? Oh shit, here, give me your picks. And shit like that. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just using that as an example, but like
that. You've seen how good these players are that come from picks,
right? So I don't know, man. It's just the thing is like. That's just crazy. Like, how well they made out of that is so nuts to me.
Because nobody expected them to be...
I thought the Thunder would win games in the teens this year.
Yeah.
And they fucking...
Because everyone thought, Chris Paul, an aging, point guard, he doesn't have the big players around him. He's not going to do well and stuff like that.
They just lost Westbrook and
Paul George. They couldn't win with Westbrook and PG. How are they going to win with Paul and these role players?
Too is the fact that they were not going to win a title.
No,
there.
Never.
Those two guys were not going to win anything.
Westbrook was never, no matter who they got him. I think he was not going to work out in that team.
No, Westbrook or Paul George.
Yeah, no, Westbrook.
I feel like if he was compatible with a big, would be the best thing.
I mean, but they had Steven Adams, so it's not like. He's not a big.
Like if you put him and AD on the same team, what's that look like?
A very fast-paced team, which would work out for Westbrook.
Yeah. But anyway, we're not gonna go into that.
Yeah, we got 8. The Grizzlies, at 18 and 22. I mean, they got Ja. That's all I know.
I mean, they have a lot of young guys that are doing a lot of good things. I know that for a fact. They have a lot of you got guys that can shoot.
For them to be right now in the 8th spot in the Western Conference,
things are looking up.
That's big hopes for the future, especially if Ja keeps playing like how he's playing.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of assets they have, but I mean, even if they have the base assets in the draft and shit like that, and how well Ja's playing and being in Memphis, really, because I mean, geographically, it's not really a bad spot to be. They have the potential to make moves, and they have potential to make something happen there, and they've been in playoff contention.
And that's not a bad switch up either. When losing Mike Conley, everyone's like, "Oh man, he was like the guy," and so now you get Ja.
I think he was disguised as the guy.
Yeah, and you get Ja at a younger age that Mike Conley was, and now Ja can shoot the three and. Super athletic.
Everybody doing the superstar shit.
He can pass the ball, dribble up the ball. He's just a nice point guard. Like he's an actual premier point guard in the league. And so if you improve it, get him some, maybe even veterans on that team. Get him, rotation.
Get him a Jared Dudley.
Yeah, yikes. But get him some actual good veterans on that team that can give him even when they get let's say they stay at 8, right, and they get at least into the playoffs. That is huge for them, especially with
it being in the West,
right? And him being so young, and they get to play against the Lakers first round. They could, I'm guessing LeBron is very involved in Ja Morant if they do play and stuff like that. He's helped them out multiple times probably, and because LeBron's he's just a young, he likes all the young guys.
He's a mentor for the league.
Yeah, so he this could be very big for the Grizzlies if they make this into the playoffs, into the 8th seed. And even if they get eliminated first round, it's very still big for them. They have some sort of experience.
Again, what the hell would you tell me before the season if how many games do you think Memphis was going to win?
So
exactly.
But we got we'll go through the rest of these because they're not in the top 8. We got Spurs at 9. They're actually tied for 8. DeMar DeRozan's balling out. Rudy Gay's.
This is an awkward phase, man.
Yeah,
we're seeing the end of an era.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I don't know if Greg Popovich is going to coach any longer.
He said, I think he's going to do the Olympics. And then after that, he's done.
Okay, yeah. Because then again, who are you going to train him? You know, who are you going to get for him to replace him? And because that's such a high role, and what they have done recently and stuff like that. And now you're only having DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay and Aldridge. And so, like, you have some sort of the players.
I mean, they have the same teams that he's always won with.
Right.
It's
so
just
you have
the chemistry's kind of
Yeah, so you have the players. You just got to get the coach that can gel them all together and have the same, I guess you could say, knowledge or IQ or close to it that Popovich had.
Let me just say this. I think that the Spurs will hire internally. I don't think that they'll go out and get anybody. I think it'll be like a promotion.
Because if you're under Popovich, why not just make him? Yeah. He's learned from him and stuff like that. So,
I don't know any of the coaches, but I do think that they'll hire internally.
I know they got one girl coach, one assistant girl coach. Yeah. So that could be big.
Or it could be Tim Duncan.
Bro, imagine that.
I shit my pants, bro. If I get that notification, Tim Duncan is the head coach of
break.
I would fucking shit, bro. I don't even know.
Dude, that could be a fun team to watch if he's actually
the coach. I would shit my pants.
Yes.
I would be so... Oh, my God.
We got Suns at 10. Bro, this is another team that has the future so bright for them, in my opinion.
They can put it together.
Kelly Oubre, you're so sexy. Shit. Bro, we can all agree Kelly Oubre is the finest man in the league.
Sure. Anyway, the Suns, I thought we were going to see a little slight breakout here at the beginning when they won all those games.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they kind of fell off. And by no means should they be running the league, but I do think that they would be doing better than they are.
Again, it's hard in the Western Conference, but
there's that.
They have a lot of
DeAndre Ayton is just starting to come back and get in
rhythm and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they have a lot of dudes playing individually well. Rubio's playing great. That was a cool pickup for them, especially to mentor younger guys and help them develop. And then DeAndre Ayton's a beast. I think he'll be just fine in the league. I'm not concerned about him at all.
Yep.
Devin Booker's a bucket. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have to talk about it. And then Kelly Oubre's playing a lot better. He's coming out of his shell. He's getting a bigger role, and he's playing.
And I think that's what's helping
well
him out. He's getting a bigger role.
He's playing defense. He's scoring. He's passing.
He's just a very athletic scorer. Like he's just a scorer, and he knows how to run the team and
he's aggressive. I like that attitude there. Yeah.
So we got Trailblazers at 11.
Bro,
just destroy that whole team, bro. Just restart.
I don't think that. Dude, fucking
just restart. It is not working. It's not working.
Keep in mind, they are second in the league in fouls per game. So it could not be. I'm not saying that's completely why they lose. I'm just saying that a little bit of cleanup is in order. I don't know if it's coaching, disciplinary, whatever it is, but they have the tools to win.
They have the players to win.
Yeah,
they've had the players to win.
It could be a little bit of Brown's issue.
I mean, I guess,
a lack of disciplinary and a lack of leadership and a lack of motivation, especially being those guys that get in the third, like the second round in the third, and they lose in the shittiest ways. They lose in the game sevens, and it's hard to keep that morale high.
How long are you going to keep wasting Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum and these young players and these players' talents?
There is no wasting because they were so young when they started balling out. There is no wasting at all.
Yeah, but
how many dudes on that team are 30? Whiteside? That's it.
Yeah.
Rodney Hood's like 26. Dame's like 26. CJ's like 28.
Yeah. I mean, but you gotta
Nurkic is like 25.
You gotta improve.
That's what I'm saying. If they need some kind of change, is what I'm saying. I think they need.
They got Carmelo.
They need a coaching change.
They got Carmelo, and that didn't work out. That was not what they're missing on.
I mean, at the very least, it was a spark plug, and I do think that was a good idea. Mm-hmm. But I think that they need a coaching change.
Yeah. Simply
because of the lack of cohesion and the lack of discipline that they play with. Like, they don't play fundamentally. They don't play Popovich basketball.
Yeah.
They don't play Phil Jackson basketball. They play weird and kind of freelance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that lack of discipline is what is having this effect on the team. And I think right now, like you said, for how these players have been through the ringer a little bit, I think it needs to be a win now.
Right.
Type of thing. And I don't mean now. I think I mean next year. But it needs to be immediate thing.
Yeah, immediate
And whether
success.
that means shopping Rodney Hood
Yeah.
or Nurkic or something to get another piece, or if it's a coaching change, I don't know what it is, but
you need to do it soon
it's
because
now.
some of these players are going to start getting frustrated.
And they're going to leave. And
Yeah.
then you're going to miss the boat.
So
Especially, I know you just got Damon CJ on the extension, but like these more valuable role guys like Nurk and like Whiteside and like these guys that don't pay Whiteside that much money. Jesus Christ.
And it's not like people don't want to play with Damian and CJ.
Yeah.
But when you see that they have been mediocre at best for the past 3-4 years, why would you go there when you could possibly be going to like maybe Mavericks or like the Rockets or the Clippers? And so
and the thing with the person, like it's more of a personnel thing with the West, because when you get into those star-studded rounds with the high up playoff teams, Dame and CJ can't carry a playoff.
Yeah.
They can't do that in the West like that. So whether it is personnel or a scheme or something, y'all need to figure it out, because Dame and CJ cannot carry you through their own abilities to an NBA championship, and that's just a fact.
we got 12 Timberwolves.
That is a blow up.
Yeah.
That you can blow that up.
Yeah.
You can leave. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
Sell the team. Relocate.
Cat,
what the fuck
Wiggins,
ever.
yeah, just
That's a blow up.
That's a wasting talent team right there. So we got Kings at 13. And again, they're a very young team as well.
Oh yeah, that's another really high ceiling. I want to see if this whole Lakers Kings trade is gonna happen with Bogdanovich, because if that happens and they get some kind of key little element there,
I think
if they get Kuz,
but I like Bogdanovich more, to be honest with you. Like that team,
yeah. If I'm the Kings, yeah, sure.
I would keep that young roster together and maybe add like 1 or 2 veteran players or like good role players, and then you're pretty much there.
Yeah, I just want to see what's gonna happen. Cause oh fuck, you don't know.
And then we got Pelicans at 14. Everyone's waiting to see how this team plays in the last quarter of the season.
There was a lot of new, like for anyone that was expecting a lot with these rookies and shit. Like
they're all brand new.
Yeah, it was a lot of shit, and it was a whole new scheme for them. Being on a team, Josh Hart. They were good. Josh
Did you think it stopped recording?
No, it was focused. Josh Hart, Ingram, Lonzo, they were all in this system for 2 or 3 years in LA.
And they're young, so once you're young and you know a system so well, you'll stick to that system. But once you switch, you're like, okay, shit, I gotta learn all over again. So it's not like easy to like just to quickly pick it up. So, but I keep saying what you're going.
And it was, so I think really you're asking a lot from these young guys to produce in a very short amount of time, and plus the whole Zion factor, you haven't seen him play yet. I get
and
it.
again, the media are very huge on that team itself because
they're so young.
Yeah.
Like keep everything in perspective is all I'm saying, and be patient because they're all really young and there's a lot that can happen there. And,
we got the last team, man. Who? The Warriors. They're not even at double-digit wins. 9-32. Yikes, brother.
I mean, there's not really much to say.
Right. It's not like this is the Warriors team that has Steph and Clay
being hurt, man.
So
like
there's just another team.
If Steph and Clay were playing, I'll be honest, how many wins do you think they have?
25.
25?
Yeah.
That's what I think, too.
Yeah. Somewhere in the 20s.
Just because of their lack of big and rebounding presence, I feel like. And
but this is good for them, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. It's
especially having Draymond Green still playing, and he's not injured. He's still playing. You have all these young guys, like literally all young, like none of these people we've known or heard of. And so you have all these young guys, and Draymond Green is like the pinnacle leader of them right now. It's so good for these young guys to have played on such a winning culture team. And still having people rip on Steve Kerr for being a bad coach. He's one of the best coaches in the league recently, in my opinion. He's had great players, so it's not like, it's kind of you can't go wrong with coaching them, but you also can do better coaching them. You know what I mean? Like you can raise the level to a new one with a good coach with good players.
Yeah, it was like, where do you think Clay got his confidence from?
Right.
Like,
and these guys were drafted to be like okay players.
Steph Curry was drafted to be a fucking 6-man.
Right. And like nobody expected Steph and Clay and Draymond to be like with Harrison Barnes, like or on the original winning team, Steph, Clay, Draymond, Harrison Barnes, and Andrew Bogut. Like no one expected those 5 to be like winning caliber teams on winning or like winning caliber players.
Winning to the degree that they won.
Yeah.
Winning 80. I don't even know how fucking many games they won.
Yeah, and so Steve Kerr is a really good coach. I think it's great for their confidence as young players, especially with Draymond Green still playing. He's the pinnacle of that team. And then you have all these young players balling out every day. So, I mean, this season is kind of like a throwaway season. And then I heard rumors that Clay might come back this season, but in my opinion, I would just keep them. Yeah, and Steph could. I also heard that he could come back, but I would just keep them both on the bench, keep Draymond playing, and then just see how they go from. I think Willie Cauley-Stein is under another contract for 1 more year, so. Like we said, that's another team that's got very also good high potential. As much as people don't want to hear it, that the Warriors could be good again.
And then there's a little D'Lo situation.
Yeah. So and they could get some good role players from that if they were to trade him and give him up, or even get picks for him, like we were saying earlier with everyone giving up picks for young players. So, but that's gonna do it for the NBA. Ran through the whole
basic little overview. Yeah, like I said before, tweet at us, bully us, whatever the fuck you want to do. Just get involved, please.
Yeah.
That's like people think like we do this for we want it to blow up or that we want to like have clout or we want money, but basically we just wanted to fucking talk to people about sports talk. That's all we fucking wanted to do. We like for us, it's not that big of an inconvenience to do this. So we just.
So this is like mainly like in our heads, like we can have like a big group of people here we can talk to.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen with everyone's schedules and what we do and like our friend group and stuff like that. So doing this is kind of like I don't know what the word is, but like I guess like an in between. Like they could watch us and like
and then they hit us up when they see it. Like,
right? Yeah. So it's
and
just,
like I've even asked a couple of people that we are friends with. Like I've like, oh, did you watch the episode? I was like, yeah. And then it's like, what'd you think about this? And then they'll tell me. So that's basically what we want is like for you guys to watch it and get your reactions and tell us, like talk to us about basketball.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team? What do you want to see them do?
Right.
What do you want stuff? You know what I mean? Like
give a quick overview of what we talked about and then what you think what we talked about.
Or if you think we're completely fucking retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think what I said about Portland was asinine, tell me.
Yeah.
Like,
or what we said about Timberwolves and like how they could fix it.
I love my mind being opened by other people. I like seeing things from a different way. So
we don't know much about like it's not like we know every single team.
We didn't play basketball for like 20
we're not
years.
these ESPN analysts that have like inside news or like inside talk with players and stuff like that, or that used to be ex-players or like have analyzed the game for so long and know everything. Like we're just kind of
we literally have regular lives.
And we just kind of like sports.
Yeah, we go to work, we watch sports, we play video games.
And we talk about it together. And so doing this, it's kind of like a open up to everybody else to talk to us about things.
Yep.
So
we take poops just like you.
Yep. So if you want to hit us up again, leave it in the comment description below. In the description we have my Twitter, his Twitter, and then our podcast Twitter. So hit us up on literally either of 3 of them. Yep.
If you like me more than him, hit me up. If you like him more than me, hit him up.
We're not gonna cry. So.
It's really not that deep.
Right.
Yeah. Or you can hit us both up on the Twitter because
maybe we'll even make an episode where if you guys hit us all up, we'll go through and talk and respond to everybody.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be sports related at that point. Just fucking yell at us and we'll just
literally like in my head I want to do this episode of where if everybody gives us responses or like gives us like things to talk about, we'll take it from you guys and we'll go through. Talk about who replied to us, and like we'll talk about the Twitter subject you gave it to us, or like what you responded with, and we'll respond back, or like something like that.
Or we can like live stream shit. That'd be dope too.
Yeah. So if everyone, so we'll see, but that's where we think this is what we are trying to do at least.
Yeah. There's no clout gain. Are you serious? We're in a fucking basement.
Yeah.
Like, look at us. Are you fucking serious? Yeah. He's in pajama pants. Like There's no fucking. There is no clout. You ain't even got shoes on. So. It's literally just for fun. So you guys don't be shy. Fucking hit us up. Even if it's about fucking our appearance. Whatever. Say whatever you want.
Right. Just have conversations. That's what we're wanting to do.
We're trying to connect. We're trying to broaden our mental. Yeah. So let's go.
All right. This has been going on for a little too long. Longer than we expected, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, we were trying to.
We were thinking this was going to be a short episode for the week. Yeah. An hour and 20 minutes is not short, but we'll end it off here. We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, hit us up. We'll see you guys next week.
Next week we're gonna be doing a coaching corral. So we'll hit on all the pro coaches where they fit, and then we might do a little wrap up on this Natty game tonight. So go Tigers.
Yeah, we'll probably be recording Monday of next week, so the game will definitely be over, and we'll see who wins tonight. We'll definitely keep. Okay, so we're getting better at this of tweeting like live stuff of what's going on.
I'm doing better.
We're doing better about tweeting live stuff, and so if also follow us on Twitter, turn our notifications on because
so if like we tweet something about a reaction like to a play and you don't like it, say some shit.
Right.
Like so, or you do like it, say some shit. Like
right. Or give us your opinions.
Or like
that
it
again.
Whatever you do.
So and then that's what we're trying to do as well. So we're getting more connections on there. But all right, we'll talk to you guys later. It's been your boy Z Sean. Been through the whistle. See you guys.
Fuck you, Tori.
Bye.